that opportunity. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank all of you for, taking the time out to speak with us and for being involved in bringing it forward so that we can even have the opportunity to participate here. And so now, if you are on the call, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a question, we want to give you an opportunity to ask your questions. Now, we can do this two ways. You can type your question in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and I will unmute you and you can ask your question to these very informed gentlemen and we can all get your questions answered. So does anyone have a question at this time? And all questions are good questions, so don't be afraid to ask. All right, and so let me do this. So I don't see any questions. So what I like to do is just get your opinion of what you think about the program. I'm going to start off with Wendy, a good friend of mine's from New York. And Wendy, I'm going to unmute you. Hopefully you're in a place where you can talk right now. And so if you would go ahead and unmute yourself and kind of share your thoughts about the program with us. How you doing, Wendy?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. I'm blown away by this. I am absolutely blown away by this. I mean, in these hard times and with what's going on with inflation and food prices and all this, there's so many people out there that really want to help others, but they can't afford to do it. And this is what is so mind-blowing about this. Not only can they, just for downloading this app, 5 meals a month, people are going to be so excited by that, but at the same time, they're going to benefit. So it's mind-blowing. And, when you think about all the churches, the schools, I mean, the local pizza shop, why wouldn't he want to be involved? And then when his customers come in and say, hey, with this app, I'm really about, feeding. And again, that figure of 1 in 7 children go to bed hungry. Yeah, that is insane.
Insane.
And then I know you didn't mention it tonight, but I believe that you can also get paid not just in fiat, but you can get paid in cryptocurrency. Is that also true?
That is true.
That is crazy. I mean, it's crazy what we have here. It's just so powerful. And I even put a little picture up in our group. Data is the new oil, and it is. I mean, that's where it's at. So this is just so exciting, and I'm just so pleased that we can, really help so many people earn some money and help people. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for this, Mark. And I think doing the webinar on demand, that's going to be so powerful, so powerful.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we'll keep everyone informed. We'll let you know when that's ready. Should have that ready within the next 2 days. All right. So thank you so much, Wendy. Really appreciate it. I'm going to bring my friend Barlow on, and hopefully, Barlow, you're in a place where you can talk, and certainly would like to have you share your thoughts. If you can unmute your microphone there, you should be able to share some thoughts with everybody. All right. So look for your microphone, Barlow. You should be able to see that. Then I also have another friend, which is Al. Al's on the line. Al, I'm going to unmute you as well and give you an opportunity to share your thoughts. And so if you would look for your microphone, gentlemen, you should be able to. All right, Barlow, I see you. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Mark. Doing fine.
All right. So let me ask you a question, Barlow, because I was in a situation where I had to use the food bank for at least 4 weeks. And, I got a few years on me, and that actually wasn't the first time. There was another time where I had to use them. And I have to tell you how grateful I was for that food. Have you ever experienced that before?
Well, no, I haven't experienced it myself. But right now, look, my mother is 2 months ago, right?
But you dropped off for a minute. We heard you say your mother, but then you dropped off. Can you say that again?
Oh, my mother celebrated 100 years 2 months ago.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And so when we get for her, we get Meals on Wheels for her on a regular basis. Because a lot of times we don't have to really cook for her. And a lot of times I do a lot of cooking myself for her, because she can't, at that age, she's not able to feed herself now. But hey, it's a wonderful program. And when you think about, the devastation that took place in Kentucky, what that was last month.
Yes.
And one of the first things that these people need is food, shelter, and water.
Yes.
And so an opportunity like this would be, it's awesome. And you can't beat it.
Awesome. Awesome.
You
Well,
hear
thank
me?
you. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing here. I know you have a heart, for helping people, and you've always been that way. So I'm so glad to be in partnership with you on this.
No question.
Excellent. Does anyone else have any comments or questions for our guests? And again, if you do, just raise your hands or type your question in the chat box. And any of our guests, does anyone have any additional comments you would like to share with us?
Yeah, Mark, this is Bill. One of the things I wanted to share, and I didn't get it done. When you look at this as a fundraiser for charities and stuff like that, not only are you raising funds for your own needs or for the charity's needs, you're double dipping, you're feeding America.
Yes.
And I mean, where have we ever run into a charity or any kind of fundraising that's got two sides of the same coin? You know, it's just an unbelievable concept. And when people start to realize that there's no, as I've told people all the time, this is like a reverse GPS. Instead of telling you where to go, it's telling you where you've been, and they're able to sell that information.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
And
if I
I just
could,
don't know how things can get much better than that, especially when it's free.
yeah, if I could add something to that, what Bill said there. Not only does it do that, but if you go out and you look for groups that really are fanatical about what they're doing. I have a gentleman down in Myrtle Beach. He went to a food bank for dogs where they're trying to help people keep their dogs and cats for pets. And he's over the moon with this. He said that his organization will sign up 2,000 people and get them to sign up at least 10 each. So think about that for a second. The other thing is that feedingamerica.org is affiliated with 2,800 food banks throughout the country. But here where I live, north of Charlotte, there are 3 independent food banks that don't get that national money that comes out. So they are anxious, and I've been busy with the holidays here, but they're anxious next week to talk to me about how they can incorporate this and have everybody that comes to the food bank to get food just say, help us out and help yourself, and build that revenue that way as well.
Nice. Excellent. And Hinton, I know you were talking a bit about some of the bands, the university bands that you deal with. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, true. We understand it for high school, but in the college arena, sports is big. And so there are a lot of cuts in athletics. And one of the people that get cut the most are the bands. But everybody wants the bands at their football games and at their basketball games, and such an expense. And so uniforms is a big plus for those organizations, the instruments, but the biggest thing is travel. I deal with one of the bigger bands here in the country at Florida A&M University. At one time, they had over 400 people in their band. So right now, they're about 290, 300 right now. And so working on groups like that with organization, because they could really use the funds because of the fact that money is getting cut in athletics and the bands really don't have the money. So when you think about a lot of these different colleges, 5 or 10, averaging, 250, 300 people in the band, 1,500, 2,000 people, they're getting the support from the school, meaning the students that they know, that they're friends, and then they get their families. They could have a nice bit of budget increase every month and every year to really help them do the things that they need to do.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And I really appreciate the ideas because the potential here is huge when you begin to think about it. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing is continuing to share information with you to help you think outside of the box so we can have the greatest impact as possible. So one of the things that we've done, ladies and gentlemen, we have created a Facebook group. It's called Instant Recall Success Team. And on the screen, you can also see the link to that group. So we invite you to go to that group because there we're going to provide you with content. What am I talking about? Text messages, what to say to people through a text message, through a social media post, what to say to people through an email. And there'll be different types of messages that will appeal to people from different points of view. And if you are consistent getting those messages out, ladies and gentlemen, some amazing things are going to happen for you. And so this group is created to support you with ad copy. What is that? What do you say? What do you text? What do you email? What do you post on social media? We're literally going to write it out for you. You can copy and paste it and send it out. And if you do that consistently, watch and see what will happen for you, your family, and your causes, and watch and see how many families that we're going to be able to feed all around the world.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for right now. So what do you want to do? Get back in contact with the person who shared this information with you, get registered, download the app immediately, and begin sharing it far and wide. Let's make a difference in America. Let's make a difference around the world, and we can absolutely do it together. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have an awesome day. Goodbye.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Yes.